Guys, welcome to another episode of Garage to Greatness. I'm your host, Thomas Pena, with my partner.
Alex Z. And this week is a super exciting week. We have our first in-person guest, Mr. Al Turner. Al, go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, again, Al Turner here. I'm the owner and president of Turner and Turner Contracting here, located in Alexandria, Louisiana. And we've been in business for about 15 plus years now. And I truly starting up from pulling ourselves up, I guess you could say, from the bootstraps and from a first generational business in construction, and been learning a lot of great things along the way, meeting a lot of great people such as yourselves. And it's just been amazing. What else you want to know?
So, the name of the podcast is From Garage to Greatness.
Okay.
Tell us how you got started, where you started at, and naturally, you're not in the same spot that you were.
Thank God.
Absolutely.
But actually, from let me take a good sigh from where I started. Actually, small town guy. I'm country guy. I love fishing and hunting, things, stuff like that. Of course, I'm in a sportsman's paradise in Louisiana. So really, I want to start out with the entrepreneurial spirit. I've had the entrepreneurial spirit deep down within me from grade school. So, and what I mean by that, I've always knew that I was going to and wanted to start my own business. I never knew exactly what path I would go and what type of business, what industry. So I always knew that. And that was just something that God placed in me deep down in my heart from high school and beyond. And from there, really, I've been a sports guy. I played football, played basketball, and actually was able to go on and get my secondary education with Grambling State University, and graduated with a
you played basketball?
There. I played basketball in high school, but not college. I only focused on football in college.
But you were so short, playing basketball. Well, as y'all see.
Well, yeah, my first love was is football, of course. But I really went into again, just in the country. That's all we had, dirt courts. We didn't have any gyms or any enclosed places and stuff to have basketball or play basketball. So we just really played basketball on dirt courts and stuff. And first rim that we ever had was just a rim from a bicycle rim, And again, we just did what we could at that time. So all of the kids from the neighborhood, Simsport, Louisiana, that's the name of the town that I'm from, the big city of Simsport, we used to all come to a local place in town, centrally located, and just play basketball. So once we got to the point where we were all in high school, a lot of my friends at that time, they were playing basketball and I was playing football, and they were just all, "Hey Al, you play at home or whatever? Hey, come on and play basketball with us." So I went on and tried it in my ninth grade year, made the team, and again, I'm very competitive. A very competitive person, and that the sky's the limit. From the rest is history, rather, from there. So, but I left, graduated from high school, Avoyles High, and I kind of left basketball alone from there, and I just really focused and honed in my skills with football, and it really served true. I had a wonderful career at Grambling State University. I was able to play under one of the famous coaches. His name is Doug Williams. He's Super Bowl MVP for Washington Redskins at that particular time. But we're able to win 3 SWAC championship titles.
Wow.
And he afforded me the opportunity. Well, that afforded me the opportunity to be able to travel and meet a lot of great people. And as well as what it did, it expanded my horizon. So, and it gave me some more exposure too as well. So I had this, going to the full circle here, I had this entrepreneurial spirit within me, but all I needed is just that strike or whatever to really kind of really light the fire. And going to Grambling State University, having the exposure to expose me to different parts of the country, different people, different systems, different processes and things and stuff like that, that a small town, a place like Simsport, Louisiana, wouldn't provide for me. Well, what that allowed me to do is to expand. Okay. And that expansion, due to that exposure, it allowed me to really direct my vision of what I wanted to do in the area of construction. Now, before I really got to that point of construction, I really spent about 10 years in corporate America as a sales manager for Altria. Okay, I was a great sales manager, had a lot of great sales accolades, had a very successful period of time there. But I spent 10 years. I started with Altria back in June of 2003, June 6th to be exact. And of June 6th of 2013, exactly 10 years to the day, I left them. Didn't leave on bad terms, but I knew it was my time. And I just knew it was my time because there was just a tug, a push and pull
Absolutely.
at my
Yeah.
spirit of, I need to move on forward.
When
And
you know,
yeah, when you know,
you know. Yeah.
exactly. So, that's kind of the first part of what happened and how I actually got to this point of where I am right now. Yeah, yeah. Continuing on from there, started in construction in the point of residential renovations. So really, before you had HGTV and all these different, programs,
yeah.
DIY, DIY, whatever, do yourself. So I was purchasing, buying, flipping homes, residential homes, some multifamily homes, things like that, townhouses here in the local area. And I just, again, I wanted to be able to do my own repairs because, again, within each state, you have various laws and regulations that govern what you can and cannot do. So I wanted to go and pursue my general contractor license. And I got my residential license and was able to build new homes and construction and stuff like that. So after I did that for a while, I kind of left the residential side, or excuse me, the renovation side alone. And I just really focused on residential. And I really partnered up with a couple of local organizations here, which we currently still build for some years later now. And then I was off to the races from there. And thank God we was able to evolve from the point of just doing residential construction to the point of commercial building construction. And that's what we all call in the vertical space. And we expanded and evolved from commercial building to where we really kind of landed in where we are right now today in the highway, street, and civil side. So that's anything from drainage, paving, that's concrete, asphalt, as well as general site improvements. Some of our primary customers would be, of course, the federal, state, and local government. So we do quite a bit of work for the Army Corps of Engineers. We do work on the various Army and Air Force bases here locally, as well as paving side, concrete. That's what we started in, and we've moved on to now asphalt. So we do asphalt pavement, rehabilitation, overlays, and patching and things, stuff like that. And of course, we have done and continue to do general site improvement. So as it relates to a building, we'll dig out the old dirt, put in new dirt, just oversimplifying the process right now, and doing any type of site improvements, clearing and grubbing and things that's related to building construction. So that's kind of what we do in a nutshell. And as I said before, we mainly focus in the areas of drainage, paving, and general site improvements. And we focus in our opportunities, rather we focus and target our local, state, and federal customers. So, and that's kind of what we do. We also are a tri-state company. So we are certified and licensed in the state of not only Louisiana, of course, but Texas and Mississippi as well.
Excellent.
Yeah. So that's kind of what we do. Hope it didn't take too long to kind of explain it, but there's a lot of things in between too as well. But that's where we started from, and that's where we are now today.
You know, that is fantastic. One of the things that I want y'all to know is when we met, Al, one of the things that connected us was personal development.
Mm-hmm.
And not just personal development, but giving back and doing things in the community. Man, tell us, man, because you're involved.
Yeah, well, we try to impact, and I love that word, impact. We try to impact the small world around us and that we're in, So you can't be impactful, I believe, until you make an impact here locally. on a smaller scale to be able to be impactful on a larger scale. So it all started again. I'm very highly involved with my faith-based organization, again, my church, and we just try to do good in the community in which we're in. We always try to, of course, the golden rule: do unto others as
they
people,
do.
do
Yeah.
unto us. We want them to do unto us. So, we just kind of keep that as a rule of thumb, and that's what has created our culture and our organization that we have now, which we're led by our three core values, and that's integrity, trust, and respect. So and that's kind of what leads the way for us. We just seek any opportunity that we can to be able to be a blessing to others and to be able to assist others. And hopefully any day that we may run into any individuals like yourselves or anyone else out there, we just want to be able to leave a place or a person better than which we found them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
I got one last question here for you, Al. If you could look at a new entrepreneur that's just starting out, what's one piece of advice you'd give them?
A new entrepreneur. Good question.
There's a lot of advice we want.
Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah, I'm trying not to be long-winded here. But the single most important piece of advice I can give someone is to be persistent.
Wow.
That's the thing the word that comes to mind is to be persistent. Let's face it, guys. There's a lot of things out there to tell you that speak to you and tell you, no, you can't do it. No, you can't achieve it. No, you're not good enough. You're not educated enough. Where you come from. Who does that. But if you learn to be persistent, I heard someone say, matter of fact, it may have been John Maxwell. He said one day, learn to feed your faith and starve your fears. And we have to understand that we have to feed our faith. We have to be persistent, And I'm minded of a story in the Bible where it was a widow that her, and the people of that time, they were just oppressing her, and the judge at that time, he would not do justice or give her justification. But she was, due to her persistence, she was persistent, no matter how many days it was, no matter how bad the pain or the circumstance was, and eventually, the young judge there, the ruler, he gave in. He said, look, I'm going to give this lady what she wants and what she needs because of her persistence. So again, if God placed it in your heart to do something and to be, to go from a garage to a greatness mentality, hey, know and trust that it's going to happen, but you have to be persistent. Don't allow things to set you back in life.
Absolutely.
Or whatever, you may be going
One
through
more
at the particular time.
One more time. Do it one more time.
Yeah, one more time.
So many people give up
Yes.
right before the miracle happens.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
If you would have just done it one
more time. Be persistent.
There we go.
I love it.
I love it. Well, Al, we definitely appreciate having you on, and we will see you guys next week for another episode of
Garage to Greatness.
Thank you.